Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Pastor Lisetta Restoration Fellowship. I am coming to you a little unconventionally this morning. For those that will watch this video a little later, I am stuck in a bit of traffic, heading to Newport News this morning, and wanted to at least come on a little bit, and so you may see me at one point, or at some points the traffic just kind of stops, which means that there are points when I am still, and then there are other points in which I actually am driving, which I know for some of you is probably not the most safest thing in the world. And so I will make sure that I keep this Talk About It Tuesday short. Funny how life happens in a way that reminds you of your commitments. And reminds you of the ways that you show up in the world. And so I wanted to just talk a little bit briefly this morning about the idea of keep showing up, right? Like, what does it mean to be so committed to what you believe in, so committed to what you feel called to do, so committed to doing good work in the world that you keep showing up? That no matter how hard things may get, that no matter how bleak things may look, that you keep showing up. That in fact, the idea of us having a more just and a more loving and definitely a more kind world is about our commitment to keep showing up. And so what does that mean for you, right? So I'm asking you to talk about it today, even as I notice that the traffic is picking up a little bit as I am traveling to my destination on this rainy Tuesday morning. I just want to encourage you, even as I encourage myself, right, to keep showing up. What does that mean for you? What does that take for you to keep showing up for the people that you love, in your family, and in both our birth family, our blood family, and our chosen family? What does it mean to keep showing up in the communities that we care about and that we love? What does it mean for us to keep showing up in our faith and in our spirituality in ways that are consistent and loving and just and kind? And then what does it mean to keep showing up in the way that you feel grounded and the way that you feel committed? Because that too is important, right? Because it guides our work in a way that did not once before, or may not have once before, guided us. And I think in this semi-post Charlottesville world, where we are much more aware of hate and aware of the blatant, I don't know how to say it, the blatant observance of white supremacy, which has been the buzzword going around lately, white supremacy and white nationalism, and we hear it a lot in the media, but maybe we don't always understand what it means. But we know what happened in Charlottesville, and we know what has been happening since Charlottesville, from our president, number 45. And so there are ways and moments in which we are challenged to keep showing up when it seems like all hope is lost. And so I just wanted to remind you this morning, even as I remind myself to keep showing up, to figure out what it means for you to show up, and what it means for you to stay connected in community that encourages you, that reminds you, that inspires you to keep showing up. And I keep repeating that phrase is because it gets real easy when we get 1 week out, 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out from a major incident, for people to hold on to that crisis moment when we're all shocked and we see the news coverage and we hear people's stories about what happened in Charlottesville. And so it becomes easy for our public memory to go short real quickly. And so the idea, right, I'm encouraging us to wrestle with today on Talk About It Tuesday is to keep showing up. Find what your commitment is. Find other people that are committed to racial justice, that are committed to equity. Find other people that are committed to healing this world. Connect with them, link up with them, work with them, partner with them. Read a book that connects you to this movement and this idea of replacing fear with love, and this idea of creating and building a just world. Because only then, as we keep showing up, only then as we are reminded of the way that people before us, and in my language, in my context, what we would say our ancestors, both personal ancestors and communal ancestors like Rosa Parks and Harriet Tubman and Audre Lorde and James Baldwin, and Marsha P. Johnson, and wonderful, amazing justice people who remind us with their lives and with their quotes, and even Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., the list goes on, right? These people who have reminded us that only those of moral courage, of strong faith, those committed to change the world will keep showing up. Because in our process, in our commitment to keep showing up, then we will slowly begin to see a world as we would hope to see it, right? As Gandhi is quoted as saying, be the change that you wish to see in the world. And so I encourage you today, figure out what that means, to talk about it with the people that you love, talk about it with the people that you're in community with, so that you can continue to show up. Our love is experienced and tested in the opportunities to keep showing up. Our faith commitments and our justice commitments and our, dare I say, our vocation, or the work that we do, both for who we work for and the work that we do that we feel called to, is about showing up and continuing to do that. When you're mad, keep showing up. When you're hurt, keep showing up. When you're excited, keep showing up. When you come up with new and brilliant and amazing ideas, keep showing up. And in our commitment to keep showing up, I just believe with all of my heart and all of my justice-oriented spirit that everything will be all right. That this world will become a better world. It may not become our ideal world, but it will become a better world. And so I leave you with that today. Talk about it. Journal about it. Tweet about it. Engage in a conversation with folks that you respect and admire about. Keep showing up. I am Pastor Lisette of Restoration Fellowship. I am driving, and so I know I have folks that will be like, this is not safe, and I understand that, and that's why I'm about to get off as the traffic definitely eases, and I make my way to my destination this morning. Join us via conference call on Sunday, September 3rd. We are not meeting in person because it is the Labor Day holiday and people like to be with their family and friends and take that last minute vacation before school comes back into session and our lives get back to the work. Or for some of us, our lives continue the work. But most of us at least have that last weekend. So we will not meet in person on September 3rd, but we invite you to join us on the 10th. And then on September 17th, which is the third Sunday, we will be talking about sex and faith for our last resilience series of the summer. And so just stay connected for that information. And then on September 24th, we have our Pet Blessing Sunday. So please bring your dogs and your cats and your other animals that you love. We do our level best to not discriminate against God's creatures, even the slithery, cold-blooded kind. We say thank you. And so we ask that you bring them on September 4th for a blessing, and then we will have a tea dance, a dance that afternoon from 4 until 6:30. And so stay connected to us on Facebook and check out our website for those event information. And you can always join me again next Tuesday at 8 a.m. for Talk About It Tuesday. Hopefully I will be stationary and not moving around like I have been the past couple weeks. So have a wonderful day. Talk about what it means to keep showing up. And know that Restoration Fellowship is here. And Pastor Lisette is here to support and be in community with you. Have an amazing day. Bye.